What is up, everybody? Welcome back to BMW E90 HQ. It is Will coming at you with another video. Right now I'm just on my way to the gym. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been looking a little scrawny lately, so we gotta go fix that. But I wanted to talk on the way about my plans for this car, my 2009 BMW 335i that I recently purchased after coming out of a 2009 328i. There's huge differences in the cars, and I will go into more of that in a separate video. What are my plans for this car? My plans are to make power. Basically, I want to go full bolt-on. I don't need to make 1,000 horsepower. Like, I daily drive this car. At some point, yeah, I'm going to go big with it, but it's not going to be my daily driver at that point. So yes, I know there's so many people that have documented a full bolt-on build on an N54. It's been done 1,000 times over. There's lots of YouTube channels out there about them. But I'm gonna do a little more than that. So you can do more than just full bolt-ons, inlets, outlets, PCV deletes or bypass. It's not really a delete. So there's gonna be more than just that. It's not I'm not just gonna get a set of downpipes and an intercooler and call it a day. Right now the car is stock, except for it has an aftermarket charge pipe from VRSF. Very good. I've made a video about that. I will go ahead and card that. Check that out. If you don't have a charge pipe and you're just running your stock charge pipe, you are working with a ticking time bomb. So I would definitely recommend upgrading that. That's what I did it for, was a peace of mind. When I bought this car, I knew that going in that my first mod was going to be a charge pipe, because I just didn't want to get stranded on the side of the road because of a cheap piece of plastic. So that's the plan right now. So I'm looking for intercoolers. I definitely want the intercooler to be able to keep intake temps pretty reasonable, keep them reasonable, even with full bolt-on and being able to do pull after pull. So yeah, and then I want to do an oil cooler, because these cars run really hot from the factory, and I think that actually contributes quite a bit to their reliability issues. And so yeah, anyway, I want to get an oil cooler. There's different ones out there. There's the BMS bypass valve, which is basically the same thing as swapping the spring in the little cylinder in the oil thermostat housing, which I probably will do really soon, just to keep my oil temps down a bit until I can get an oil cooler, and at that point I will reverse the process back. So an oil cooler is a big thing that I want to do, though, because like I said, some of the reliability issues seem to stem from that, particularly gaskets leaking and the valve cover especially warping because these cars get so hot. On the M52, when you do a valve cover gasket, they just change the gasket. On the M54, they want to replace the whole thing because of how hot they run, and the valve covers cracking and warping and all of that mess. So I think, if you can at least bring the oil temps down, then that shouldn't happen. And I just replaced the valve cover and the gasket and all that stuff, so I really don't want to do that ever again as long as I own this car, or at least not for a while if I do wind up owning this car for a long time. I definitely need to put my lower charge pipe in. That still needs to be done. Inlets and outlets, I definitely think that I'm going to have that done at the same time as downpipes, because to do the rear one, you have to already have the downpipe out, so you might as well do it at the same time, especially if you're paying somebody to do it to save on labor. But even if you're doing it yourself, just to save on labor once again, because nobody wants to take their car apart over and over again. So that's the reason, I haven't installed my lower charge pipes, because I'm waiting for the intercooler. Unless it explodes first, which in that case, we'll go from there. So I'm thinking between all this stuff, between full bolt-ons plus inlets and outlets, the oil cooler to bring down the temps, that I should be making well over 400 wheel on the stock turbos with that. Now, I don't really plan on a single turbo build. Even if the stockers go, I will either see if I can find somebody that went single turbo and is selling their stockers for really cheap, or go to like Pure Stage 2 or MMP or something like that. You know, something that still keeps the twin, like a twin setup, so that you still have the lower end power, because that's really what drew me to the N54, was the power delivery and just the way, you know, just that low end grunt that it has. So I wouldn't want to go ruining that with a single turbo build where the car doesn't even come alive until, you know, 4,000 RPM or something like that. That just, it doesn't suit my driving style. I mean, if that's what you want and that's your, like, your dream build, then that's good for you. I'm just saying that that's not what I want. If I was like building a dedicated runway racer, yeah, that's the route I would go. I'd go for 1,000 horsepower single turbo all day, but that's not my mission right now, and I don't foresee that becoming my mission. As far as cosmetics go, I did quite a few cosmetic modifications to the N52, such as going to the M Sport bumper and things like that. I really don't see myself doing that with this car. Those kind of things that I did, like, they were nice for like a week, and then I kind of felt stupid for spending all that money. Like, you know, wound up, like, that bumper cost me about $500 on that car, and, you know, it wasn't worth it in monetary sense or in, you know, just like satisfaction. So I wouldn't do that again. Wheels, I'll probably do wheels eventually. I'm very happy with the stock wheels that I have right now. There's absolutely nothing wrong with them. They're 18 inches. Got the same size tires that I had on the 328. The tires that are on it right now, they're not very good. They're like Bridgestones or something. They've got decent, they look like they're pretty new, maybe brand new almost, I'm not sure, but they have nothing in terms of grip. My Federal's gripped way better than that. So yeah, tires definitely will be in the future. And when I do go to rims, I think I want to get those VMRs that are like M4 styled. I don't know what they're called, like V801s or 803s or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. So that is probably the route I'll go with that. Anyway, guys, so other things too that I forgot, meth injection. Probably not gonna do that. I was reading on the forums about people's cars catching fire and stuff, and I know if you put it in the trunk and you're really careful and do it right, that you won't have any issues like that. And it might be a real fear, it might be an imagined fear, but it's still there, so I don't want to do that. And so suspension, in terms of suspension, I'm not really thinking about coilovers right now. The suspension rides really well. I only upgraded the suspension on the 328 because the suspension was so blown, it was horrible. And this car has the sports package, so it does sit quite a bit lower, especially in the rear, than my 328 did. The front is a little lower too, but it's much closer in terms of height. Anyway, guys, I think that pretty much covers my plans for this car. It might not cover every little detail because I was just kind of, you know, talking as I drove. If you think of something that I should do and I missed, let me know. This video obviously was meant more to talk about power mods. I did throw in a little cosmetic, you know, stuff and other things. Like, I think I might get an M Sport steering wheel at some point still. But this was mostly about power mods. So definitely just thinking about that. And you know, right now I'm in the process of looking at intercoolers, so let me know what you run in your car if you do have an intercooler, if you have a 335i or any, you know, turbocharged vehicle. Let me know what you think about them. Anyway, so leave me a thumbs up on this video. It really helps the channel out a lot. You know, helps get more views, all that stuff, means more mods, more stuff for the car, more content. So, you know, subscribe, like, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.